this is should be an interesting project. Still haven't finished cutting it all out yet. You can see the lines are still there. We'll cut all those segments out for the tree. Still have to cut the bear apart, but right now it's at the stage to start that process. Now we'll use a number 0 or number 1 blade to cut those internal lines. The number 1 blade is very, very small, very little kerf to it, so it gives me better joints when you put the wood back together. So stay tuned and we'll get this guy finished up. At the end of this video, we hopefully have something viable to display on the wall. So folks, got a couple Intarsia on the go here today, back in the garage. This here is actually a moose, or the beginnings of a moose, not put together yet. We put some stain on it, waiting for it to dry. Over here, working on the bear in a tree. This is something I've been working on for a while. The tree is actually cedar, and the bear is actually made of walnut. So plan is to put this one at the cabin when I get it done, but as I mentioned in the Facebook post, I got other plans for the moose, so stay tuned. Questions actually earlier. Some people asked me, what do I put on the wood to keep the pattern in place? Well, when I photocopy the patterns for starters, and cut it to pieces, or cut out the pattern and I stick it onto the wood. But before, when I got a piece of wood, I'm using what this it's called Easy Liner removable adhesive, drawer liner, I guess, or Mac Tack, what we used to call it growing up. But I take that and I put it on the wood first. Then once that's on the piece of wood I'm using, I take my pattern, my photocopy pattern, and I use just some Craft Bond spray adhesive to spray onto the Mac Tack. Then I stick the pattern onto it, and then I cut it out. And like I said, patterns, all my patterns are like this. I photocopy them and cut out pieces, whatever pieces I'm going to put on whatever wood I'm using. Stick that to the put the Mac Tack on the wood, stick that to the Mac Tack using the adhesive, and cut it out. And then once you're finished, everything just peels off nice and easy. So you're not actually getting spray adhesive on your wood. Now some people do use spray adhesive direct on the wood, and then you just a matter of sanding it off, but I find this a much better way of doing it. So just a little note there, some people had some questions, and right now we're going to assemble a moose. Got the moose cut out, got it stained. Put this back, belongs to another pattern for a future video. So yeah, right now we're going to assemble a moose. So folks, I got both Intarsia projects put together now, glued together, and what I do is I glue the edges so it stays in one piece, and I put it on some sort of plastic. So because if I put it on the wood glue is going to stick it to the wood. So plastic, it comes off real easy. And once this dries up, now glues together, I'll take it and I'll trace it out onto a piece of plywood for a backing, because you got to have a backing, keep it all together. So like I said, the glue that I put on the edges is just to hold it together till I get it to the plywood and do the tracing. So there's my moose, and over here is the bear. And the bear is going to go at the cabin. I got to put polyurethane on this, of course, yet. But yeah, so that's my process for Intarsia. There are many other people that do Intarsia, and they do it probably different than what I do it, but that's the way I do it. So there we go, guys. This one is clamped up. I'll let it dry now. And the next one we're going to do is the moose. So again, I'll trace out the moose on a piece of 1/4-inch plywood. Do the same thing as I did here. I actually got to go get some more black paint. I ran out of black paint, so I got to go get some of that, and we'll get it go together. So once this is dried up now, I'll take it, give it a good cleaning with the tack cloth, and then I'll put some polyurethane on it, and then it's going up on the wall of the cabin. Thanks for watching, guys.